Y vamos a esperar aquí a la tienda, que quedan aquí 10 minutillos. A ver, vamos a verlo. Bueno, 8. Y vamos aquí a alguna de musiquilla de fondo, sin copyright.
Mira, tu madre.
No me escucha. ¿Se escucha la música?
Ok.
Vamos a probar esto, a ver. Esto está chula. ¿Se escucha bien ahora la música?
Ocho.
Es mejor esta, chicos. A mí me fue lo que puedo comprarme el cole, chicos, y las armas mágicas. Eso no me gusta. Este sí. Este no. Este sí. ¿Sí? ¿No? Sí. Y bueno,
¿Con quién ibas hablando, Geray?
nada, estoy enseñando aquí la que me gusta. En directo. Bueno, chicos, ahora vengo, voy a beber agua y ahora volvemos. Ya estoy aquí, chicos. Debajo de ahí veis de una Messi. Es mi vídeo de play, ¿vale? Para que me podáis agregar. Para que estén por espaldas. Chicos. Sandro, vamos a hacer el solo. 1, 2 y 3. No, no me escucho. Chicos, ¿qué queréis que saldrá en la tienda? Ponérmelo cuando termine el directo en los comentarios. Esto me hubiera gustado comprármelo.
Geray. Geray.
¿Qué?
No te escucho bien, ¿eh?
¿Qué?
Vale.
Vamos a hacer pistola. Pues chicos, cuando veamos la tienda, me quedaré viendo el programa, ¿vale? Para compartirlo con vosotros. Sandro se tiene que ir, ¿vale?
Quedan
1, 2 y 3.
¿Qué? No lo tengo.
Vale. Pues chicos, cuando veamos la tienda, me quedaré viendo el programa, ¿vale? Para compartirlo con vosotros. Sandro se tiene que ir, ¿vale? Y pues bueno, que ahora Sandro se despedirá de vosotros. Siempre apoyando a The Gref. El código de creador.
Quedan un minuto 20 segundos.
Cuando queden 10 segundos haremos la cuenta atrás.
And Vinny passing to each other, one player staying back. That's how they got those high elimination games around Winter Royale, Twitch, and the like.
Chicos, hacemos cómo va el programa. Lo vea el que está aquí. TSM Sexo Row. Es buenísimo. Está con su compañero Vince, que es buenísimo también. Va con la acción de futbolista. Voy a morir por vida, muere. No se muere. Mato. Tío, vaya mierda. El rebote de mí, madre mía.
10, 9,
8,
7,
5,
4,
2,
1, baby. No me a ti.
El saltarín.
Te poniendo mierda.
Qué mierda. Y la defensora escarlata, que la tengo. El pico de juguete. Echarín. Aquí se va Sandro y pues ya está salido Sandro. Y vamos a ver nosotros el programa. Esto es lo que había antes. Pues chicos, no me esperaba esto de la tienda, la verdad. No me esperaba algo mejor, pero bueno. Hasta aquí.
Adiós.
Que no puedo ahora. Pues chicos, esperaros que voy a poner aquí una cosa bien. Y este es el prom. Voy a preparar la man, mi agüilla y eso. Pues chicos, voy a poner el móvil a cargar. One moment, please. Me ca...
Congratulations to the tienda boys. You'll love to see it, but you can see in that match ball at the very end how quickly that shifted.
In terms of high elimination games, right now they're all waiting for
Y ahora vengo, os dejo aquí viéndolo.
That's not going to be anything that he wants to see from 17. Clean up. No, wait. New York too.
Congratulations to the tienda boys. You'll love to see it, but you can see in that match ball at the very end how quickly that shifted. There and that was that.
I've got to question whether that engagement is really going to mean one of those girls is going to qualify versus the other. It comes down to 4 points. Sexo, dealing with that tendonitis, he is not looking like he has any sort of issues today. He's been worrying about his career, his future. For now, he's pushing his way. Actually 5 points for 72 hours left on the board there from that victory royale.
Here we are.
Could have taken out Zexo and Vinny at the same time. Another thing is...
So, 72 hours had high ground, and one launch pad changed the whole face of that game, and he was then essentially also low ground. Fortunately for him, Vinny and Zexo were...
Making sure he's playing through. And another, that's been something he's been dealing with. But he also just saw Skype boxing the EU qualify. He is also dealing with that situation. He actually posted a long-winded explanation about his confidence, his tendonitis issues, and how it led up from all week 1 all the way up to the end.
And I mean, you know what? Today's game day ball. So these guys know you generally have to do something like that. You know, so any kind of pain or discomfort he's in may just be pushed to the wayside. Might not even be at the forefront of his mind. He is trying to get as many as hard as he can so that he can get that spot in New York. But kudos to him for kind of playing through and pushing through that. Just shows how much he gained from these tournaments and the World Cup, especially these two players. How this shapes out. I love getting these game situations. And they're still getting duels alive. And just like that campfire mock goes down, the Polo King is absolutely not a whip. There are still 32 players, 17 duos remaining. Only a booster that both of these players were in the box right below him.
Maybe seeing that they're there, seeing that they're taking the ball, seeing that they're approaching the stairs, not really staring and saying, yeah, I want to step down, so I want to make sure that I have the space.
Here we have Elliot and Sergio up there on high ground. Elliot using the combat shotgun there, trying to do shots, getting it connected. He's going to make a play for this high ground outside of this now. Now, he does have a ton of materials, and you can see, and you've seen time and time again how quickly those go when you are having to traverse these very hilly terrain. You're taking shots down below him, and you're kind of covered above him, so he is very, very safe right now. Sergio is actually behind him, also doing a little bit of work, trying to get some shots in on other players. They're in a good position right now.
Had so much time off the side of the sun, not finding any elimination just yet. Perfect opportunity to take it and then try to get it. Again, remember, things are closed now for NA East. 500 timer that we talked about earlier is definitely closed up, and now Alpha's getting right into the thick of things. Kick out Hook and his duo rightful play, seeing that opportunity and seizing it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you know this, Paula, but Elliot and I are actually very good friends. He carries me so many times. So seeing him play like this gives me confidence, and I know that I'm going to have more wins.
Chicos, lo siento por tardar tanto. He tenido que hacer unas cosas. Y ya estamos aquí viendo, ¿vale? Es que he ido por un cojín que no encontraba el mío. Bueno.
It makes me jealous. Regardless, these guys are all looking forward to getting towards New York right now. Demo visibly had some solid then. Had such an important clutch performance getting towards the end.
Hay muchos que van con la skin de la futbolista, pero muchísimos.
Demo and Bizzle right now looking exactly and taking stock of what is around them, looking to see, can they get through here safely? Where can they go from here? It's just going to be tunneling forward. No opportunities really presenting themselves just yet. Demo is looking and forcing opportunities. One comes through for Bizzle because they were all focused on Demo, and I think that is actually going to be two total eliminations. He might go down if he's not careful. Hold on, he's stuck here. Yes, men and high guy.
It looks like Demo did end up disengaging there. Now whether he had some kind of...
Chicos, lo siento, se molesta. Por favor, la primera.
He's gone. Bizzle now trying to clutch. Still fighting Man and that high guy, but I think that might be it. Yes. Bizzle did end up
going down, unfortunately for Bizzle. His partner is going to be left behind there. That's unfortunate.
This is so unfortunate. What happened there was Bizzle was in shadow for him. He was trying to get edited down from his teammate Demo. But when he made that edit, I believe that Kez and Fung right now taking out Madman as well. They did take out Bizzle just then. So Kez and Fung, all of a sudden, they're in a strong position. Ice Guy's still above them. He has no materials. And while they all fought down below, and while the fight on high ground ended up going down, Kez and Fung take advantage from mid-ground and clean out both high ground and low. But that might be changing very soon here, but no, the ramp over, and the pressure coming in. Yes! What a shot there from Kez from down below. And speaking of down below, everything all of a sudden is gone for both. He has no materials. And while they all fought down below, and while the fight on high ground ended up going down, Kez and Fung take advantage from mid-ground and clean out both high ground and low ground.
Look at that fall so low. There were so many things that were happening at once there. We had so many fights occurring on high, mid, low ground. I feel as though at one point, you know, we had 20 people alive, and then it went down to 2, and then the game was over. Things took a lot for me because of the digest everything that just happened in that last match. But forget about that because we have another one here. We are looking at teams right now. RBK really, unfortunately, his partner not in this match anymore. But Steve has got the bush on, so you know that means.
A little whip skin. So I don't actually know what this means.
I don't know. I was hoping you could give me some information. I thank you for that. You definitely didn't take it. So, you know, we're just clearing the World Cup. If you could give us an explanation as to, you know, what kind of joke I was trying to make there, the bush and the ice cream, and it's, I don't know. Let's move on. So, he's there. Now, he does end up taking a shot, but the bush blocked one instance of damage, so he's not very saved by any of that there, but he's getting into his 1-by-1s here, really aggressive, but it doesn't matter because he gets the shot off on Apex Turbo. He goes down, and now he's going to look for his partner, who also made the mistake of coming into his box as well. So Ebro and his partner just completely obliterated by Steve.
Steve is not stopping either. I was actually wondering. Okay, he's finally going to go down, and I think that's kind of a representative of the playstyle that he was playing. Now we're already actually down to 6 duels remaining. This is one of the most aggressive games. Must be one of those W key games towards the end of the queues where people try to get one more game on top of a full-on. The bush on earlier, he had so many different things going on. Playing a little bit like scared when they got into his box, continuing to make these edits, continuing to try to get away, but they did not want to let him go. You know, push for getting the most eliminations, and I've already seen Zayton sacked in one of these games right now. I see them in this game, and they're notorious for getting a crazy amount of eliminations, but hold that because it's Perur.
There to get himself shielded back up to 150 effective health, but he does have this thick Shadow Bomb Swallow as well as 3 times 20 instant health pots, essentially.
Right here is getting the most out of this game, but finally going to start getting pressured. He's out in the open. Put an end to the kind of rain here as the 5th or 6th zone starts to move.
Yeah, he is going to use a mini in his inventory there. So he is going to take the high ground, but gets rifted up, is going to drop down completely and try to make a play on any opponents that are, you know,
the damage that he's instantly putting on that player. Actually, when you're in shadow form right now anymore, especially with patch 9.0.
Into the zone that are pulling their gliders way too early, isn't going to hit any shots, but now looking to low for 36 and then 72, rips the shield completely off of one of his opponents.
This teammate, Buka, he was down below earlier, right before he got ripped. He was pressuring all sides, and Buka was somewhere else, making sure that, I'm covering you, but you're actually going up against Envy Elimination. Get the lock onto those players when you're controller there. So now Parur, I don't know what I'm calling this guy, but regardless, he's getting pressured. He keeps splitting up with his team, and guess what? This is a World Cup qualifier team. So Buka and Parur got some work to do ahead of them.
They do, and I don't understand why Brewers know what they're trying to do. They saw the campfire, and it's not going to be enough. Envy and Lumaine now looking for Buka. Buka took out Tyler, so now it's a 1v. His health that he has right now, oh, I think he's about to use it. Yeah, he's going to call Buka over. They are going to use it together. Use that AoE to get themselves a little bit more health and shield, but it doesn't matter because Lumaine is... Whoa, what's happening?
There's one more player somewhere around. But all of a sudden he gets ripped, and there's so much going on in the final moments, which is crazy because of how many players are in this, but he's going to go full challenge. Lumaine does not have any chill. He's just going for it right now. He knows that these guys are all fighting. He's so low on health. He cannot take any fall damage. That's why he opts to take that Shadow Bomb. But I think that was a mistake as he starts to get shot right down, but not too much has been revealed. But
Background. I don't want to see where these players were. It's like you said, they made it in shadow form. I think possibly they were on high ground. Who knows where they're
on TTV. They taking him out last Sweetie, they came out of nowhere. They must have been in shadow form the entire time because I didn't see
it. 2v2v2. It is the 5th circle though, so look at this game, Vola.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The
fact is that they've netted themselves a victory royale, and we are going into one more game here. We have only 6 players remaining.
These players are having it and ending up in these games. We talk about those games right before the queues end, and people playing them out to try to go for those high elimination games because of how they end up with the amount of players in them, the players that stay all the way to the end. In this case, Untamed and Siler not take on the table, not many of those elimination points up on the table either.
Yeah, and you can see here that all of the players were actually concentrated in that one small little
advantage, and really they're close. If they had a crazy game here, they could have possibly been pushing 70 points. But right now, not many eliminations left on the table, not many of those elimination points up on the table either.
Yeah, and you can see here that all of the players were actually concentrated in that one small little area. Everybody trying to rotate into the southern side of this circle. Pushing up is Untamed, gets the knock, and then absolutely just annihilates. So few players left. I don't really think they'll need to.
No, absolutely not. If they do, it ends up being a weird situation where you're really just giving yourself the opportunity to.
Playmaker there. So he is going to get himself a few more resources. They do have the quarter rift, so we're going to have to see, if they end up utilizing that. But with so few players left, I don't really think they'll need to.
No, absolutely not. If they do, it ends up being a weird situation where you're really just giving yourself the opportunity to.
From the previous one, so these players are all kind of starting to get a little bit low on resources. It's very interesting to me that there are so few players left in the game. Nobody is trying to
get shot down and put back out of the game. Now a little bit of moment of calm as that 6th zone does get revealed. We've got 30 seconds till it starts moving.
You see all the trees there, they're all just kind of sitting and waiting for each other to make a move. So Untamed is actually going to be the first one to make the play and go up.
I think 30 seconds until the action really starts to heat back up here.
And the zone going in the complete opposite direction to where it went to, actually to his left there, also raining shots down. They have to know that there's players in this box here. They are taking shots at them. It is just going to be a matter of trying to figure out where exactly they are at this point.
No, with the amount of players left in this game, I just have to wonder. Actually, as Untamed is going right onto Dodo, it's actually going to find one more player for him. No, it's a whole duo to find. Siler's fighting on high ground right now. Is he going to be able to find it? Yes! Mark goes down. And I got to say, Storm Surge must have done its work there because there was nobody in that game. There was nobody at all. But regardless, a good win for Siler and Untamed. They clean up the end of that lobby. And we continue moving because NA East still, the action is ending, and there's still so many people who are.
So, we're definitely just seeing, like you said, these games where these players tend to go full send to just get as many points on the board as they possibly
for that last couple of spots there.
Yeah, the queues have definitely closed at this point. They only had about 5 minutes remaining when we started. So they're able to update the scoreboards every so often and the leaderboards, so they know approximately where they're sitting. So going into these games, Paula, as somebody who plays quite a bit, as somebody who's observed a lot, what do you do if you're kind of a few spots out of the top of the leaderboard? What is your game plan?
I'm just trying to play it my best, and I'm trying to maximize every single game that I have. It depends on how much time, though. We talk about the style of games as it comes down to the queues, but regardless, I mean, but right now I'm seeing something. Vinny just took out Keys, was playing earlier, and we know that they were high up there on the leader. While you're sitting in that queue, you can go into the compete tab, or if you're not even playing, you can go into that compete tab and check out where these players are on the leader. Could be a very consequential elim. We did also see that high placement game from Vinny and Zexo just moments ago.
Again, 2 full HP, so thank goodness for that, because that was a lot of pressure on those two for a brief moment. You can see they have a baller in there, in their little build. The Slurp does get the knockdown on Cat. Now, he can get that siphon out very quickly. He's going to be fine, which he absolutely does now.
They're not having a good time. I mean, everybody in the server is looking focused them.
Vinny just getting his shield completely ripped off there. Opting to pop the Slurp does get the knockdown on Cat. Now, he can get that siphon out very quickly. He's going to be fine, which he absolutely does now. Going to be healed up again to full HP, so thank goodness for that, because that was a lot of pressure on those two for a brief moment. You can see they have a baller in there, in their little build with them, so that is going to be a little bit of an opportunity for them to use to rotate when they need to. But we can see here Posix in this lobby. We've got Vinny, we've got Zexro. We have a lot of key players again in these lobbies here.
Seeing on the right side of the screen, Bhags and his teammate, his duo partner, Hart, trying to make their way up. They were in 4th last we checked, but I'm also seeing Snoot and Dwipo, Slacks, who was Key's duo partner that Vinny took out earlier, just moments ago in the game. And he's at 90 points right now, so the fact that Keys went down and Slacks is still up, he knows the pressure is on. He has to make this work, and he has to stay even above.
Rose partner is gone. You're all by yourself. You don't have the best loadout, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Slacks somehow makes it work. This is why these are professional Fortnite players. He takes out Spazzy there with a combat shotgun, is looking to make a rotation, hangs in the air just a little bit too long, so does end up taking a little bit of damage, but he does have the mini.
Because he took out his duo partner, he knows that Vinny and Zex are in here, and he knows how close they are to him.
Yeah, and if you're Slacks right now, you are certainly not. He's here to heal up. No, he's not. Oh my gosh.
He's in the corner. He drops him in. I think that might be, no, it's Aroa, who was up high on the leaderboards earlier with his teammate N-Pen. He's going to take him out, take the mini first, and then the cyber elimination to make sure he goes up to max. Vinny and Zex are still in the game, and I just have to wonder who is going to come out on top of this, because this is going to decide a lot. Vinny and Zex are right now quite split, though.
Quite split, which is not something you want to be doing when you have to rotate. All it takes is one duo to enter into your builds, and both just look at you and say, you know what, combat shotgun, here you go. But it doesn't matter, Zexro and Vinny are now reunited. The TSM boys making their way through these builds here, looking to rain down shots onto their opponents. Hits for 42. He does have a lot of opportunity here to take out.
Game is crazy. And looking right up, he sees the sky platform. They're actually going to build right all the way back up to it, get a little bit of height, because they know these players eventually have to come down off of it. And I have redeployed, but it's dropped on Vinny, starting to fight for it, not hitting the shot. I think that's going to be his cue to get right back down. And to Zexro, can he do it? Get tackled.
Oh my goodness.
Going for a very risky glider redeploy there, both him and his teammate Vinny. But this is what Zexro is good at. This is why he is so good. Yes, finally, boom. Oh, that's so scary as one player right in front of him as he glides down. But perfect landing there. He's going to box him right out.
This is so risky for him to keep doing this and keep redeploying in this fashion. They have 17 players remaining in this lobby, so you at any point in time have 14 people looking at you. He doesn't have any build left. He is going to have to use the redeploy to get down safely, but he goes down unfortunately. Slack take out Vinny, getting a little bit of revenge for his partner. You love to see it, Boa.
That is revenge in this game. Everything right now is hinging on the fact that Keys got revenge there, or got avenged there. Here Zexro now trying to also do the same for his duo partner, and it's now top 10. So we're going into the last zone, and it's not even that final threshold of top 5 or the victory royale either. Obviously, Zexro now getting a little closer, opening that door so he can edit through and use that shadow bomb and continue forward and maybe get towards any more placements, but he's only on 27 mats. I think right now what he needs to do is find elimination, find an impact elimination, find some materials on one of these bodies, get the siphon, because he is trying and playing with only 167 HP. Slacks picks up another kill, or another elimination meanwhile.
Zexro just utilizing his tactical shotgun there to the finest. He gets Sean, takes him out, gets himself back up to full HP, picks up a little bit of build, but now effectively done. He gives revenge! Zexro! Fourth with his duo the whole game.
And Zexro finally goes down by the hands of Hart, who did lose his dual partner, so it's a 2v1 right here as Lord takes out the last player. No, sorry, Rokane and his teammate Lord take out the last player there in Hart. And the victory royale there for them is going to push them to 75, but I think they still need a little bit more than that, Pookie, because we just saw Keys and Slacks versus Zexro and Vinny, that duel there back and forth, the battle ending up pushing them towards around 90 points total, both of them. So, I mean, that's kind of the threshold I'm looking at right now in terms of qualification range. That's the highest I've seen on screen yet. But we'll see. It could change in a blink of an eye.
It could change. All it takes is one game. You can pull out a 20-point game. It's been done. We've seen it been done over and over again. So you know what? I'm not discounting any of these games, any of these lobbies, until we see that final scoreboard, until we see who is actually going to New York. I know I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I have been all day with these games.
We have. We saw earlier at Famhood's crazy clutch. I think the first one we saw with the chug splash, like a full-on, like run into the zone style. He actually ended up getting the ice on his feet and then using the chug splash there. But there's a player above him. I don't think this is the right play. The zone is starting to, constrict him a little bit here, and I think he's going to be left with a foot knock rotate because nobody around him is using any sort of mobility. That's what you can see they're trying to do right now. Force the rifts out. Force any way that they can get in the zone, but that's not going to work.
They are safe. They are going to be coming up here on Slappy, though. But Slappy's not really interested in an engagement. It looks as though he's going to just stay in his box and try and heal up.
Anybody is going to be spent, so they're left to go on foot and with the foot knock as well.
They don't really have anybody around them, though. Take a look. Everybody is already kind of making their way to their zone. This doesn't look good for them at all, Bala.
No, the HP situation not looking good. Does have a med kit. Is going to start popping that. We saw Slappy briefly for a moment there. He looked like he was a solo, so maybe that's why he wasn't pushing, but I know for sure that's Slappy right there. That's his signature skin. He's going to take out Sheep, but all for nothing, because when you do get eliminated, you end up not getting any credit, even if this player, even if Sheep got eliminated fully, he would not get credit for that.
And Famhood able to get the revive on Sheep. Sheep does come back up. He is back in this game, but is looking like he's only going to be sitting on 30 HP. But here we are making our way over to the other side of the map. We see TSM Command and High Sky here. I saw grenades in this lobby. We have another very stacked lobby. It's crazy to me that so many people are competing, and we time and time again just see all of these players ending up in the same lobbies together. What are the chances, really? But using the rift here, he is going to try and maybe see if he can get a little bit of a lay of the land, see where other players. Look how many people take this rift ball.
That's a lot. The high points that's putting them all in placement games together, and they're all queuing for that last game at the same time because they all know and they're all playing the time game, and they're saying, okay, you said, what are the chances of them all getting in the lobby? Well, let me tell you, Pookie, it's actually quite high towards the end here. Very high, because everybody has the high points that's putting them all in placement games together, and they're all queuing for that last game at the same time because they all know and they're all playing the time game, and they're saying, okay, this is when I got to queue to maximize the efficiency here. But you know what, the flip side of that is you get into these stackers right now with Commandment, High Sky, Zayt, and Sav. You already listed a couple names, Pookie. This is crazy.
And here we see Zundy just falling to this duo. They already have 2 eliminations, but you know what? In these lobbies, in these final games, you're going to have to do a little bit better, and they know that. They're being very aggressive right now, just taking shots at anybody that they hear around them. We see Ghost Sap in here right now. Cryo's down at the bottom. Zate has unfortunately been taken out of the game, so Sap is going to have to try and pull something out here. They are sitting on 87 points, so that could be close depending on how far Sap is able to take the rest of this game.
Maybe close to that top one. We know that Sap and Zate are already qualified, but takes out Rux, and these Flintlock rotates in the end game are actually top tier. I've never seen such precise movement here with the Flintlock in the end game. Rux is finally going to go down, but I was going to say, it gets the cipher from that, but it's all for naught because flat Flintlock right there was kind of against what we saw earlier. Not accurate, and putting him way too high.
He went way high and hung in the air there, giving his opponent the chance to be able to get a lot of damage on him. He's only sitting at 66 effective HP, but here we have Coop and Grenades. Super awesome player. He was actually at this secret skirmish. Had the chance to talk to him a little bit. Super nice. So if you guys, at home are looking for people to follow, Coop and Grenades are very good. They're very approachable. They're great guys. Shouting them out right now because I love these two.
Saw their performance at Secret Skirmish. Now here in the World Cup, seeing what they can do, where they can end up in the leaderboards, edging their way around the zone. Unfortunately, Coop is going to get stuck out right now. He's really close to that other player. He could have made an edit there, but no, he's going to back up right towards Grenades. And we're into the top 10 right now.
Grenades is going to be given that big shield by Coop so that he can get all of the HP they possibly can, because they're not going to have much time anymore to do any of those things. They are having to roll there to the west, so these players are really going to have to utilize their builds effectively, their resources effectively. We see people dropping here down, moving into the next. It's not the next zone, it's really the last zone. It's just going to be continuously moving at this point all the way over to that small little dot that you see there with 2 shots from the combat shotgun, and then just uses the pickaxe there to just completely take him out. Then it's just shot on shot again, and these flicks ball up.
But look who's on high ground again. It's Tickers by himself, and we've seen this situation time and time again to take low ground. It's going to be Zip who takes the win there. He controls low ground right now, but maybe not for long. Hold on, what just happened to Grenades? He actually got knocked out. This is Zip. Grenades being the only duo remaining. Daxter in a little bit of a fight here with Zip. What is going to be the end of that situation? That one is key, because that's going to... He dominates the low ground, but Tickers comes down from the high and saves the day, and saves the day for his duo, because they just pushed themselves
threshold here for NA East, but I know we have Zeke standing by. Zeke, you've been watching these games with us. How are you finding them?
I think with that victory royale and that 2 elimination game.
We're going to have to see if 87 points is going to be enough. You said earlier that you think 90 points.
Incredible. It's like an understatement. What's a word above incredible? Magnanimous. What's a word above magnanimous? Astronomical. My brain is working through these. What's a word above? All right, anyway, listen.
No! You can't say that. Oh, Golden Boy's the only one who pronounces that word right.
Herculean, it's not the hard. Anyway, these matches have been just a true treat to watch, especially because you can really tell everyone is just putting it all on the line. They're giving it that all, going that extra mile, and it's just, it's...
Vinny is there as well. Watch Zach go to work and look at who he does it against. First, picking up on the keys, getting his 3rd elim. Now onto the high ground. Let's hop into some of the moments that we saw in the last block that ended up deciding what was going down. So first, check the points in the bottom left-hand corner. Zexer's away from Vinny, but needs to get into the top 15. Needs every point available in order to make it to New York City. One of the original favorites, the first to play aggressive, and he goes to work here with the uncommon tech, a one-man wrecking crew, slaying his way into the top 5, getting every placement point available except the victory royale, getting slacked right there, but it wouldn't end up being enough. It gets taken down by 93 points. However, Rokane right here on the high ground has his partner left. Look what's happening on the low ground. It's a 2v1. Hart gets the elim onto Zextro, but then gets picked up, and that is going to end up being huge. Hart needed every single point, and more importantly, he needed every single tiebreaker in order to make it to New York City. Let's check out these standings and see where everything fell out. These are the final players moving on. This is the one we just talked about. This was 89 points going through. The tiebreaker came down to victory royale. The difference, Calculator and Macwood had four victory royales.
Wow.
To BHEG and Hart's 3. If Hart had gotten one elim in that 2v1, if he had gotten it is Slacks and Keys, Zexro and Vinny, and then the young Calculator and Cole Macwood. Now, this situation, they would be going to New York City. Instead, Calculator and Macwood, with one of the most dominant, placement-heavy performances we have seen so far, booking their spot. A huge shout-out, Slacks and Keys. They've been up there every single week, semifinals and finals challenging. And an even bigger shout-out right now to TSM Zexro. Vinny, you're fantastic as well, but Zexro, battling through the wrist injury, not playing through a large portion, taking months off because he couldn't physically move his arm and was struggling to go through playing Fortnite hurt to then get on the grind and have an individual performance like that on this stage in the final week. That is clutch. That is the definition, and that is the reason they'll be going to New York City.
There you go. You know. Of course, speaking of going to New York, I think we have to punch their tickets. Like over there, punching the tickets. Yeah, got me. All right, now of course we've got our first list. We got to add our competitors. Here we go. Boop. Got them. Slacks and Keys. You want to handle this one? I'll handle this over here.
Congratulations, Zexro and Vinny. Also, you need better synergy right there. Underscoring down. Come on.
Wait, pretend I touched it and it came up. That's how this works. And finally, Calculator and Macwood, congratulations. Now, of course, we've got one duo spot left. This list of names is already incredibly stacked. I think there's going to be a single duo coming out of NA West.
And it all comes down to this. Like we say it all the time in terms of every interaction mattering. But now we've seen the rest of the field. All the other regions are done. Thank you so much for your 10 weeks. Being said, the big I know Bala just cracked up in the back. We have one more region left. It's NA West. Right now, we're going to go take a 30-minute break going. You are a spectator until the trios competition on July 14th and 15th. Make sure you go find your trio. Don't try and cause any too much drama there. You know who I'm talking about. But with that being said, the big I know Bala just cracked up in the back. We have one more region left. It's NA West. Right now, we're going to go take a 30-minute break. So what you need to do, go take your dog on a walk, get some dinner, get some exercise, hydrate, eat your vegetables, as Shao Wager would say. We're going to go get some food as well. We'll be back in 30 minutes.
Burgers from dirt to munch. Tacos royale with crunch. Tasty treat for little baby and let's slide out to the lobby to get your spots.
much has happened in the world of Fortnite, and we're here about to call probably one of the craziest things you're ever going to see. It's a world premiere game mode. Thank you so much, everyone, here in the Forum in LA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Creative Showdown. How you feeling today? Hand map.
I know that it's going to be a King of the Hill mode.
Forum, make some noise. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. The first match. Jordan Fisher early in the third route. They're going to win the game. This is it. And they pick it up. They have to protect him here. And this is now we're going to start to earn a lot of points. They're climbing that leaderboard, Lupo. They're in the shadows, unseen, and they will have the Ravens' revenge. GG. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Chicken Champions, surely this is going to be a win for them. No! It's 1 point remaining! And the Little Whip Warriors might be able to come back into this with enough time. But there he goes. He jumps right back in. And that is going to do it. GG! Game 3 goes to the Chicken Champions.
Every single person to keep in mind, there's a ton of stuff going on here, not just Fortnite. It's just a good time all around, man. Look at him, just dancing it out, sitting inside the control.
Could the Lava Record Company be our first back-to-back champion, or will it be the Fish Man actually being back-to-back in this instance?
He has it. You see the top middle of the team. 12.6 minutes remaining, but it's not even going to matter. That's a victory royale. Game 4 goes to the Fish Man.
Could it happen? He got it! Oh, I like it! A victory royale! He's still in it. He's standing strong, and he wins out on the battle. 990, and he's continuing to gain. He's got to get to that wall, and that's going to do it. We want to know who won? We want to know who won?
The Lava Record Company.
Oh my gosh, congratulations!
Give it up one more time for the Lava Record Company! Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys.
We're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get
on the battle bus.
Hey, Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today
one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Hardfire, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart player.
the Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single-shot damage potential in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall-off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes the target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Run down to the store, jump, find them! Yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200
during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from the situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think this adds a lot of like different plays you can make that I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really strong weapon in the right hand. You need to know how to use it. You need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just to kind of...
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the flint knock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best flint knock?
We need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like the competitive. Definitely.
Final or scene. Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus. Or maybe flint knocking through the out of NA West, and who will be able to put their name in among the best of the best out of the West. A lot of momentum is going to be with W lead on FlyQuest Edgy and Liquid Scented, as they both have been absurdly close in so many circumstances. They will be Gun and Pika, who have now both qualified for solos, and Pika had another outstanding performance in Week 9. Finally, and a chance to be on that stage in New York City, who will be the last best of the West and the final duo pairing to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup final. Let's find out.
Welcome back to